Yeah. Okay.
We're back to our old habits.
Yeah.
So, yeah, apparently our gang's a no-show and all of y'all on the dark side of the Force.
Mm.
That means there's going to be some bad setbacks from the very get-go.
Yeah.
So, of course, we left off. Happy May the 4th be with you, everybody.
Happy May the 4th.
Has everybody gotten at least one good May the 4th be with you meme?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one you sent was hilarious.
Oh, you should see the GIF I did for our Clone Trooper squad.
Oh, so speaking of Jim, you like my response to your internet post earlier, your Cox post?
Tell Kelly about that one.
What?
Yesterday, when our Cox internet went out and I was very, unhappy,
Again?
I
Uh-huh.
posted that my Cox is not working.
No, no, that's not what you posted. You posted it. See, because that my response wouldn't have made sense. You posted, "Damn it, Cox down again." Yeah, had you put the "is" in there, it wouldn't have made sense for me to make my comment. But you specifically left it out, which is why I had to make that comment.
And what was your comment, for Kelly's sake, since she doesn't Facebook?
I'm sure she can figure it out now. He said, "Damn it, Cox down." So of course I responded, "Viagra."
Insert penile joke here.
And yes, after Gunter opened it up, all of a sudden a lot of Viagra jokes started popping up. They're like, "Oh, okay, it's a free for all."
It's a phallic for all.
So where last we left off, you guys were heading to Coruscant with this great sweetheart deal, taking some really, really nice fruit to the core worlds. I mean, how great is that?
Oh boy.
Apparently, Zarek has entered his hibernation cycle for the ganks. Or he's getting, sequestered at check-in, one or the other. You don't have all of his shots, so he's being left behind.
Well, no, he's a licensed weapon, so.
I can't find the disarm button, sir. Just use the spray bottle. If he acts up, spray him in the face.
Oh.
And then the station blows up. So I do recall last time you guys had really good rolls, so you actually have showed up a little ahead of schedule, which is always good when you're carrying produce.
Mhm.
So as you guys pop out of the normal above board, completely legal hyperspace trade routes because you have your paperwork and everything. This is like scary how legal this trip is.
What? We're legit.
Is there anything you
That's what
guys
you
are
get.
doing special?
Um,
Scaring the family that we're transporting with war stories. Oh,
Oh, see, remember you already dropped those guys off on Corellia,
yeah. Uh-huh.
and
that's
then
right.
you found a really great sweetheart job for above board carrying this fruit, and you made really good time thanks to somebody's hyperspace navigation. And
Exactly.
you had that little kerfuffle at the spaceport with those pirates that you assisted on being above board citizens because
Yep.
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 you were good citizens of Star Wars.
We are flying casual.
You guys have popped out of at the trade routes where basically you get all the bureaucratic pop-ups on your screen saying, hey, make sure to enter your code here, enter this thing here, submit this paperwork in triplicate, let us know why you're here. So what is it you guys are doing is you guys are basically doing the, oh my God, this is why I don't have a legal 9 to 5 job because space trucking sucks. Commercial vehicles go in this lane only.
Ugh.
Are we getting near one of those trackers? Is that another thing we were doing too?
No, the trackers that we took all the stuff out of the container that had the trackers and left it at the port in Corellia.
No. I found 3 active tracker chips. One was at the smuggler base. One was at the capital city. Is that where we're headed now, to the capital city one?
No, that was that was a while ago. This is
All right, never
you
mind.
guys
I'll
took.
just delete it.
Okay, you looking at the old game notes?
Yeah. I was like, did we do this?
That was like that was the water planet on Naboo.
Oh, okay.
You guys just went to the capital on Naboo, got the first legal job, and left, and that was taking those people out to Corellia.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I wanted to
Nice.
stick around and go check that out, but everyone basically shot me down and was like, "Nope, we're getting out of here." Like, all right.
The
Well,
smuggler
we can
crew's
always
like
go back if you want, but
the
I go where
smuggler
the
crew
money
was
is.
like, I don't want to deal with any political Jedi Sith crap. We're gonna go. We already got pulled into that once, and look how that happened. Okay, so you guys basically are waiting in the line. You know, you basically just have to communicate your information for your delivery. Is anybody going to do that?
Yes, Janong, would you do the honors and submit that?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so Janong's back there in engineering reading the manifest off to the automated system, and this protocol droid that's got the driest voice ever is just like, please give me next your access code. And you're like droning on this like 14-digit access code. It's like putting in the ownership key for a video game 5 times over. And then finally, the protocol droid kind of beams through of, congratulations, you have protocol A. And then there's this click, 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 click. And then a different protocol droid pops over that actually has this very pleasant voice. Welcome. You have protocol A access. Please follow the yellow blinking green light. And basically, if you have the comm open to Uma so she can hear it from the cockpit, she sees some space buoys that blink yellow and then green, so you can pull off to a faster lane. Basically, does Uma do so?
Yes.
And you kind of notice that this is like the easy peasy line. Like 1 in every 10 ships is allowed to use this lane. And of course, you know, you pull up, and the very pleasant protocol droid is saying, "Congratulations for using the A service. Please let us know which style of landing pad you would need for your thing. Do you require refrigeration, environmentally controlled, or open pad for your landing? Or would you like us to contact your customer for their preference?"
Um, well,
Environment control.
And
I'm
remember,
sorry,
you are ahead of schedule.
yeah, the climate control, for
Yeah, I was going to say these things had to be kept under pretty specific environmental controls as are.
so the environmental control one. And we can go ahead and do we have the contact information for the customer?
You do have
Or
the contact information. Or apparently, from what this protocol droid is saying, it sounds like the protocol droid has that information as well once you inserted the last of your information.
yeah, then the protocol droid can notify them.
Okay, so you let them know, hey, you can notify the customer.
Mhm.
Okay, and the protocol droid gives this very nice, pleasant, chiming response of, thank you for your selection. If you would like, the landing pad price has been reduced due to your client's payment. You will only have to pay 25% of the landing pad costs. How long do you think unloading will take?
Um,
I like how
few
Uma would
hours.
just ums. That totally sounds like an Uma answer.
A couple hours
Yeah.
just to give us extra time.
And it gives you
Because
this.
we have to make sure that everything is environmentally sound.
Okay, so basically, so you have opted for half a day. Does that sound correct?
Yes.
Automated systems. You can feel Uma's eyes rolling.
Yeah.
Please
You know.
follow the heads-up display that has been downloaded to your ship. And basically, it's asking permission to download a little schematic onto your ship. You can totally say no. It's just up to you. This
Well,
is how we embrace the paranoia.
No, it's fine. Because
yeah, I
it's
mean,
not a diagram of. They want to give us a diagram?
Yeah, they would just want to give you a map.
mhm.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Okay,
I'll
so
scan it, though. Make
okay,
sure there's no bugs.
So do me a favor then, if you're gonna scan it, because that sounds like a Janong computer thing. I mean,
Hmm.
go ahead and give me a, because it gets you on the board. See how that works? Give me a computers check. See, like a champ. Immediately, you check it over and you're just like, yeah, this is just a road map program. It's interactive and everything. Apparently, it has a little spiel to give you if you want the 10-cent tour.
I hit play.
As you guys come down, it starts giving you the spiel of Corellia, and the things that have to be notified upon landing before disembarking on your ship. A customs agent will, of course, meet you at the pad of your choice. Henceforth, the request for notification in advance for landing. According to the Treaty of Coruscant, the Jedi have agreed to leave the planet and not return. All Jedi citizens must be prepared to have documentation ready, yada yada. Please do not break any laws, and it gives the list of like the 798 major infractions you can commit on the city state that is the planet.
Lovely.
Have a great day. And of course, immediately it gives you this nice nifty map to have a nice, pleasant landing spot. As you, is there anything you're looking for on your way down to Coronet City?
Um,
Axial Park is one of the biggest attractions. It's a biopark that has just recently completed being rebuilt since the Sith attack and blockade on Coruscant.
a bio. What the heck is a biopark?
Basically, a park full of plants.
Oh, okay. So it's a park.
You might call it that.
Is there a cantina
And you ask the interactive tour guide a cantina, and it gives it like 231 different cantina locations.
closest to the?
Gives you a pop up of like 13 different locations depending on what type you'd like. If you're wanting techno, if you're wanting jizz music, if you're wanting,
Oh,
see, I had to throw music on there so I'm talking about the actual Star Wars music.
do 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 do.
That's the one.
Do-do-do.
Do 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 do.
Okay, well, is there anywhere that Janong or Alina that you would like to go while we're here on planet?
If there's a library that I can go, that I
Okay,
or
let's
anything.
ask for a library.
Okay, and a couple nice little libraries pop up. The one that does kind of get, of course, our little Padawan's attention is the Jedi Temple, which is considered off limits.
Well,
Oh, but I'm good
I'm
at sneaking.
Just break in.
Lordy. Okay then.
Maybe somewhere near there might be good for the rest of you to go hang out.
I don't know. It might be nice to have some crooks with you as opposed to being a Jedi.
That's a good point. Maybe you should come with me.
Okay.
Okay, so conveniently, the landing pad that is within eyeshot of the Jedi Temple, by the way. And
Oh,
even though the temple is closed because the Jedi were told to leave the planet, the temple grounds have been repaired from where they basically had a huge battle and a ship crashed into it and a bunch of horrible things. And of course, you can totally tell that on Coruscant here, there's been recent rebuilding of a lot of things, like a lot of these open squares on the map that you notice that should have been like nonstop buildings is actually rubble that's being cleared and then built upon.
So you know we're looking at a planet currently, right?
Yep, I kind of flipped back over there.
Okay.
So of course, you realize that your ship is being told to go to a really really nice fancy landing pad. By the way, it's this big
fancy
long building.
schmancy.
It's got a wall that literally comes up so you can park inside the building.
Excellent. Well, with the environmental control,
Hmm.
it would have to be inside.
Yeah.
Okay,
Where's
so
the temple in relation to this landing pad?
what's that?
Where's the Jedi Temple in relation? Is it on this
The
map?
Jedi Temple is right here, by the way.
Hold on, let me switch back. Okay.
Only like a good mile away, which is like nothing for the giant mecha city that has moving walkways everywhere.
Yep.
So of course, just as you're about to get in there, you get this ping on your comms. Will you answer the call?
Yes.
Well, marvelous news that you are here so soon. Welcome to the jewel that is Coruscant. Where is my delicious fruit? Please tell me where my delicious fruit is. My son will be very happy to know his fruit has arrived.
Well, part of the contract, did it have a specific location delivery, or are they just going to meet us at the uh dock,
They will totally meet
the
you at the
bay?
dock because when you had the protocol droid tell them that your package has arrived, they gave the location since they did all the booking at one time.
Okay.
But
Well, so you can come down to the loading dock and we can deliver it to you.
excellent. I will make sure that we rent some of those wonderful loading droids to do all the labor so no one has to break a sweat. Excellent. And how long will you be here at port right now?
For half a day. We have the loading dock for half a day.
Oh, don't worry about that. I will take care of any expenses. That for you have saved my life, making sure to bring this fruit. And he starts. You can tell he's holding his data pad and walking and talking, and he starts barking some orders to load the lift. We must get moving now. We must mobilize, as the military says. Yes, to mobile. And he kind of shouts over, driving droid, and he kind of flashes his pad and turns the camera around so the droid is in camera view so the droid can see the location. The chauffeur droid of what looks to be a very ritzy air car, of course, immediately gives the affirmative as it scans the pad's location and starts driving off. And you can see it's driving, just above the traffic, so must have good driving permits. And he's so, my dear, I apologize, but we were only given your corporate name. What is your name, dear pilot?
Natma.
Natma, such a lovely name for a lovely Twi'lek. Excellent. So, is it true what they say the fruit is as sweet as the softest sunset in the evening?
The fruit that we bring you is truly succulent.
Excellent. I must let you know my son has this horrible habit that he must consume this as a regular dietary need because he heard somewhere from his trainer that if you suckle on this fruit enough, you'll get Jedi Force powers, which we know is total hokum. But I've been told by his physician that it's good for his skin and complexion, so I have the whole family on the diet now.
Okay, because yeah, I was under the impression that Coruscant does not approve of Jedi powers.
Oh, the Corellia and Coruscant, the whole
Sorry.
thing. No, you're right. Coruscant just banish the Jedi for their own good, you see, because when the Treaty of Coruscant was signed, it was just that the Sith demanded they leave the planet and went back to their temples in space. You know how those Jedi are. I mean, I've met a few Jedi. I mean, part of my job as a diplomat is to go to the Jedi Temple back when it was open. Lovely place until they crashed ships into it. It's amazing how much urban renewal is required after spaceships blockade the planet and crash into buildings.
Fascinating. Well, I have not been so fortunate as to meet a Jedi. So you say the temple, the ships ran into it?
Oh, yes, 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 yes. A year
Have they
ago, when
fixed
this,
it, or are
well,
the
we, from what I heard, the maintenance droids were left to do their job, but no living souls have been allowed in the temple since it's been locked down.
fascinating?
Something about the Sith secured the location and demanded the Jedi leave, and of course, being civilized as the Sith are, I'm sure that went really well. But the important thing is the war ended and the planet was left safe for the low, low price of banishing the Jedi from the planet.
That is fascinating.
Well, are you at the landing pad?
We are currently, yes, we are going to start unloading if you're going to be coming straight here.
Ah, excellent. Believe it or not, I'm right outside. Let me go to an adjoining pad so that way I don't interact with the environmentals I see that you've reserved on the pad.
Well, only to be just make sure that your product, nothing, no harm comes to it.
Very well. I appreciate that you are looking out for my supplies. The fruit bruises horribly from what I've been told. I would not know, only my serving droids would be able to tell you the difference. And you can see he kind of like bounces out of his vehicle. You get that little camera jolt as he's walking, and he's like, very inconvenient. There's no moving tram here. I have to actually walk up. I will be there just shortly. And he basically mumbles, and he's basically mumbling the access code for your door, because of course you were given the exact same code for opening the hatch and all. And he's like, "Don't worry, we have plenty of serving droids. They usually have many beautiful labor droids that you can rent, and I will take care of that." And are you looking outside in the hangar? It's basically this nondescript warehouse like floor in the building.
Yeah, if they're going to be coming in, I'm going to be watching.
Okay. All of a sudden, you see a bunch of lights start popping on from one end to the other of the warehouse area. And what environmental controls did you set for this warehouse? Because whatever you set,
Uh,
that's what it feels like now in there.
So we're
wh-
setting the temperature and the humidity and light to whatever the temperature, humidity, and light were that were previously specified for the fruit.
Okay,
correct.
perfect. So it's a nice chill 60 degrees out there. And as soon as the door slides open, this gentleman who's been talking to you kind of walks in, and you see he's got two protocol droids, it looks like. Both of them have a nice gold black paint job going on, very, very immaculately maintained. He's
So as soon as he is within short range of me, I would like to use my sense basic power.
okay. He's
Ah.
still and do you have the hatch of the ship open? Because you guys are in the ship, I'm assuming still.
Well, we were starting to unload because he's there. I mean, so the temperature in the loading dock is and humidity matches what was in the ship, so
Okay.
that there should be no,
As
you know,
it's
disruption to
he
the.
sees you guys already loading, and he just kind of yells at you from a good distance away because it's a big warehouse that you guys are in. It's enough to fit two of your ships in, so it's spacious and wide open, with the exception of two big old labor droids plugged into the walls by the entrance where he just walked in. And he immediately gets his data pad out, and he's talking to one of his protocol droids, and the protocol droid stands right there at attention at the door, almost like he's a bodyguard droid you're picking off, language.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes up to the little data pad, and he starts talking to his data pad with you still on the conversation. He's one of those guys that walks around with a cell phone talking to you 3 feet away.
Uh-huh.
And he immediately goes up and says, "And what's that code again?" And his protocol droid kind of whispers really quiet in his ear, and he puts in a code. He says, "I would like to reserve this hangar for an additional 3 days." And the little computer does the automated thing of tap your pad. He taps the pad to deposit the payment for the additional 3 days. And I would like those two labor bots to be reserved for those 3 days as well. It should take how, and he looks over at his protocol droid. How long will this take to unload? And the droid's just like, no more than an hour and 30 minutes. I will take the labor droids for the entire day. And he clicks his data pad to pay for that. You know, you hear the little triumph in the automated system, and the whole time he's talking about, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I did not mean to leave you waiting. And he kind of weighs and starts walking towards you guys. He's a little on the heavy set side, but his synth silk suit is immaculate. This guy screams money. He's got a little receding hairline, big mustache, and beard to make up for it. As his other protocol droid is following him, as he's excitedly walking as he sees you guys unloading. And what does your sense power tell you as he's walking up?
All right, so I've got to make some kind of roll. You'll have to tell me what. I'll read you the description here. The Force user can sense the Force interacting with the world around her. The user may spend light dark to sense all living things within short range, including sentient and non-sentient beings. The user may spend light dark to sense the current emotional state of one living target with whom. Wait, that's not the one I wanted. Uses it. I wanted to see if they were a Force user.
But for that, you're going to want to roll your force dice, which I think your force pool is still 1.
Yeah. Yep, my Force pool is still 1. I swear I've done this before.
And on the plus side, you do have a light side point in the destiny pool if you want to use dark side on May the 4th.
All right, so we'll start by rolling and see where we get with that. Oh, damn it.
Did you forget to add a dice to it?
No, I added the dice. I forgot to click out of the box, so it actually adds it.
So you clearly can use that dark side point if you'd like to flip a light side point and take 2 strain.
No, I won't sense them.
Okay. It's probably the veneer he's throwing off. It's just throwing you off because you're just like, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. Like,
Yep.
one of these fruits are going to explode and have spiders come out of it or something creepy like that. So he comes up and he's very excited. He kind of like does the whole, he walks around while you guys are working, and you kind of get the feeling that this guy has no problem like schmoozing while other people are working. You know, you're doing your job, so he will try to interfere as little as possible, but do what he wants anyway. And he's kind of like, he starts immediately popping hatches on the cargo things to start inspecting them, and he kind of touches and squeezes a couple of the fruit randomly, and you can totally tell from his body language he has no idea what he's doing. He's just doing something he's seen someone do in the kitchen before.
You're not supposed to squeeze them.
And then he looks over at the protocol droid and he's like trying to describe to the protocol droid, you know, he smells it and tries to describe the smell, and the droid's like correcting him like every third thing he says that is incorrect. And he's just like, yes, yes. So, Natma, my dear and lovely pilot with your amazing crew. And he kind of like eyeballs everybody on the crew. Thank you so much. And he wants to come up and give you the whole double-handed handshake.
Okay.
Do you stop working long enough to greet him?
Oh, I wasn't unloading. No, I'm the captain.
My dearest Nadama, you made amazing time. You're way ahead of schedule. You know, that is a sign of an excellent captainship and crew that you can get ahead of schedule like that.
I do my best.
So my dear Natima, since you are ahead of schedule, and he like does this little prim pop up like he's been practicing what he's about to say. I have been told by my wife that I must invite you and your crew to the party that we're having.
Party, you say?
Yes. Tomorrow night, when you should have been here for the delivery, we were having a party and going to be using this produce as an accentuation to the party experience. But since you're here so much early, you can allow my culinary staff time to prep ahead of time. So you might as well stay for the party and get to experience the deliciousness of this fruit. Do you know, I've been told a story once that if you eat this fruit once a week for the rest of your life, you'll live twice as long.
Ah.
And he gives you this very important, pearl of wisdom smile, like, I learned this, so it must be true.
Of course, yeah.
I guess unless you choked on the fruit.
Let's see here. Judging by the body language of my crew, are they okay with it, or should we politely decline?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. That'll give us a day to go scope out the temple.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't know if you'd want to use the time for that to break in while people are at the party. But have you heard of any fruit that supposedly enhances Jedi power? I mean, I know you're
No.
okay. Yeah. I was like, we would be delighted.
Excellent, excellent, because I was actually not going to take no for an answer, even if I had to pay for it. And you did it for a much cheaper price, so thank you very much. And he kind of like gives you this polite tap on the shoulder, like he's trying to be delicate. So introduce me. Introductions. I am Osin Varys. This is my favorite protocol droid. He belonged to my great 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 grandfather, and he's been passed on from generation to generation, with only minor tweaks in his personality required. And of course, the droid kind of gives this posh, like, pshaw, little.
What's the protocol droid's designation?
Well, I just call him Show. And the droid just looks at him and says, my designation is S045SH5. I will
S045 what?
And he basically repeats it, S0485SH0. You may refer to me as Show.
You have a companion droid named Tel.
Very funny. I like her. She's a funny one for a laborer. So
muscle.
Put the crates down. Don't worry. And he points back to the door where there's labor bots. You can tell they're going through their startup cycle where they're stepping off the charging platform and kind of stretching their muscles and doing their pre-programmed routine where they're going to pump you up. I've rented them for the day so they can do all the heavy lifting, so you don't need to worry about perspiring. So do you all have anything nice to wear?
I have something that will be very fitting.
Didn't you sell that dress?
No, I did not.
Oh, good.
I
Good to
sold
know.
the necklace that matched the dress, but I still have the dress.
As he's like, very, very well, very well. So let me, and he immediately, like, he gestures for you to pull your data pad out,
Okay.
which I'm probably assuming you already had laying on something nearby, and he's just like swoops you the address information as well as an invitation, and he says, so how many guests must be on this invitation for you? Is someone going to stay behind to protect your ship as smugglers abound everywhere? And he has this look like he's just amused by the idea of smugglers. Because you're on the up and up.
Yes. It'll be for 3 at present.
Excellent, excellent. And he like zoop, zoop, zoop sends 3 invites
Or
out to your data
should
pad.
we get 4 just in case Zarek shows? Yeah, we'll say 4 then.
Just in case. I understand you need a +1 sometimes. +5 for me sometimes. Zoop. So excellent. So I have the combination. I'll be having a transport come by to pick it up later this evening. The labor droids are on standby duty. Their access code is 4321. Complicated. If you wouldn't mind, when the transport comes to pick up the product, if you would just give them the product and have the labor droids do their job. I, of course, came in my transport, so I could only fit 2 people tops, not any of the cargo. But I was just excited to see a real transport come all this way from Corellia. I mean, it's only a few hours, I guess, but still, I haven't been off world in a very long time, if you know what I mean. Business is too demanding, especially since that whole blockade thing. And by the
Pesky
way,
blockades.
you know he's referring to when the planet was
Separatism?
under siege. It's not just a blockade; it was under siege by the Sith Empire. It was
Okay.
only because smugglers managed to bring in provisions that the planet did not starve to death.
Yay, smugglers.
Smugglers are the unspoken heroes.
Yeah.
And he basically just, gestures to have the droids pile up the cargo over there, and that way it's easier so you can close the hatch to your ship and not have to keep the air running so cool.
Okay.
And he basically he wants to get a tour of your ship if that's okay.
Sure. We cleaned it up for that, those guests, so I'm sure it's in a good condition.
Okay, and he basically just wants the dime tour of the ship, and
Mhm.
he basically asks like little pertinent questions like, is that carbon scoring? He's trying to hint for if there's any story or anything to extrapolate about the ship's lifespan.
Well, there was a little fracas on our way here
Oh, no,
with
no.
some
Tell
what?
him the story about how this very ship was once owned by a smuggler.
Yeah, but then he might look into its,
Rich, he's not going to
providence.
have time to look up the story.
It's like, okay, well,
You
we'll go.
tell him
This, as a
you
matter of
told him
fact, this
the ship
ship
was
was.
in under 14 parsecs, and he'd believe it.
It's like, and on our way here, there was a fracas with some uh, pirates that we assisted the authorities, and which is how we got here sooner. I was telling about
Tell
the
me.
kerfuffle.
Tell me more. I mean, how did you assist the authorities and not bruise a single fruit?
Well, you see, we were clever enough to see how the pirates were working together, and we notified the authorities, so they were able to basically cut the head off the snake.
Oh, excellent! Did the pirates come at you with sword and blaster, as they say in the stories?
They did not get the chance.
Excellent. So I appreciate that you didn't risk the precious cargo or your
Uh,
your your pretty leku.
well, we may need to make sure that we take every precaution with your merchandise.
Well, I definitely appreciate that, and that's definitely revealed in the price that we paid for this merchandise to be handled. I appreciate professionalism with a hint of exquisite sensibility. And he kind of gives you like the faux, schmoozy flirt look that it's like that dad flirting with his daughter's friends kind of flirt that's completely harmless but adorable.
Yes, I kind of give him that nod of, acknowledgement and gratitude, but without being obsequious.
I like it when you use the big words. So he basically, after he gets the tour, he's very pulled in by the stories that you have, and he's very receptive to you guys. You pick up if he's a shady businessman, he's not really throwing out the skeezy shady. He's throwing off more of the old money, enjoys an exciting thing that's different than day to day.
Hmm.
And then his protocol droid kind of does the whole and reminds him of the time that he has like 3 other meetings he's supposed to go to today before he can get his respite from the workday. As he immediately like apologizes for the rude droid and kind of gives it a shove, like, Psh, we're discussing business here. We can worry about the other business later. So,
Fear not, we will have plenty of time tomorrow evening to regale you with more stories.
excellent, excellent. And I just know my other partygoers will love having your crew aboard and, stories from the outer rim. You must have some amazing stories with the ceasefire now happening so that ships can freely travel around the galaxy.
We've been to some very interesting places.
Excellent, excellent. So I will definitely see you there tomorrow night. The cargo should be picked up in a few hours. Until then, remember, I've paid for the storage unit here. If you need to store anything here in the temporary, so go about your business. You are professionals. I trust you to do what you do, and I will see you there.
Again, we will see you later.
And he kind of walks out and whispers some words to the bodyguard droid that's there, and the droid kind of nods and falls in step behind him and his protocol droid. And the labor bots are just like, "Urgh." It's basically they're just waiting to be told what to do.
Janong, you can go ahead and tell him what to do.
Unload the crap.
I'm surprised he didn't say unload the crap and get in my ship.
Delicately.
I don't.
Handle with care.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, if they're his droids and they damage his property, it's not our fault.
Well, they belong to the warehouse.
Yeah, they're
rentals.
Station, yeah, they're.
Again, bring it up with the rental place, not us. Otherwise, we'll have like at 2:09 negotiate.
You have 12 seconds to comply.
You have 12 seconds to unload.
Yeah, like, don't be messing around, bro.
Okay, so they make quick work of unloading the ship for you, so you guys got plenty of time. What would you like to do?
Well, at this point, what were
You
you
know
gonna say?
the question.
We didn't hear that, I don't think. You kind of broke up there.
Said, you know my answer to that question.
Yeah, you want to go investigate the temple.
Yep.
Okay, why don't we go for a little reconnaissance then? I mean,
So before we go, maybe Janang can see if he can find anything on the computers about how tight the security is. Because the guy mentioned that there were no people on site, but there were some droids securing it. So to
True.
give us a sense of what we might encounter, maybe he can look around on the dark web and see what he can find.
The Dark HoloNet.
Sure.
Okay. So, do you have anything when you're searching the web that will give you reduced black dice?
I can reduce 6.
Lordy.
Okay, so go ahead and give me your computer's roll as you're basically checking out anything and everything you can about the temple.
What?
All right, I'll take one strain and make one of those into a success.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. And here for a second, I was about to tell you there's just nothing on the web, that's all. But instead, you're just like, no, those are lies. There's got to be something out in the web there. And you dive a little deeper into the darkest reaches of the HoloNet. You're on some server on level 1313 of the city, which is like miles underground. As they talk about that there is automated security as part of the protocol with the Treaty of Course of Corellia. Of course not. Sorry, of course not. That the no one is allowed on the Jedi grounds. There is automated security that the Republic has put in place, and there's security that the Sith insisted on being left in the place,
Oh.
just to make sure that the Jedi don't break the rules and sneak back into their temple. But there's no actual Republic security on the grounds. The treaty requires that only automated security be used. Class 3 droid or less.
I wonder why.
Well, it's mainly because the Jedi Temple used to be a Sith Temple, which was then turned into a Jedi Temple. So there's all kinds of things and secrets going down there, and neither side really wants people poking around it. And the Sith cleaned out a bunch of shit, so they're like, hey, we got what we wanted. Now it's just to be jerks and make sure the Jedi can't come back to their playground.
So this sounds like fun, but realistically, this sounds really bad.
Yeah.
It could totally be dangerous. I mean, but I'm sure before, your Jedi, got kicked out of the Jedi, Alina had some inside knowledge to the temple.
Yeah, but the downside with automated response drones is the signal goes everywhere quickly.
That's what we have you for.
Oh, see, I knew you were gonna say something like that.
I mean, more importantly, that's why you brought a gank. Oh, wait.
And I do have a jammer, so.
And Alina, if you want, go ahead and give me a knowledge check of some type of lore Jedi-ish. If you want to see if you can recall any secret places Jedi might still be hiding here. That could totally be a thing.
What is?
If you're even interested in that, I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, absolutely, I am. But all my rolls on knowledge suck.
That's what happens when you don't keep touch with people. Unless the dice say you totally kept in touch with somebody. Oh, and you want an upgrade.
Damn straight I do.
It's a good use of a light side point to help fellow Jedi or be helped by a Jedi. Because remember, you did already do that favor for a Jedi.
That's true. So let me know when you're ready.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry, I left that light side in there that I should have gotten rid of. So
Yeah, it's okay. Just ignore it. So, needless to say, you're just like, I know there used to be like a bunch of Jedi places. Damn to all if I can't remember shit about them. It's one of those of a friend took you to a place and you totally don't remember the where or the what or. Remember, this city-state is a giant city with thousands of levels that go miles down, and place is a mess. There's a reason why you left this city. This city's too big for anybody.
Yep.
This is why you should never turn a planet into a space station. And go ahead and take 2 stress as you're thinking about it. It's stressing you out.
Yep,
Okay.
definitely not going to the Jedi Temple.
Yeah, without more, information, I don't recommend it.
You can always just go around the touristy section where people can overlook in buildings and use binoculars to check it out. And creepy guys come up and they open their coats and say, "Psst, you want to buy a Kaiba crystal?"
That's not a Kyber crystal.
It's really a Dorellian snot booger calcified into a crystal. But I sell them for 2 credits a piece.
No thanks.
Okay, so you guys have plenty of time to chill inside this warehouse. It's nice and secure. What are you guys going to do?
Well, let's see here. Alina, you have anything nice to wear to the party tomorrow?
No.
Perhaps we should go shopping for something reasonably priced.
And you thought you were impressed by the Mall of America. The Mall of Coruscant is way more impressive.
You'd think the Mall of America would have the parking lot of America.
Captain, are you trying to say there's something wrong with my robes?
No, I'm just saying, that perhaps we want to, at least spruce up a little.
But what's not sprucey about this?
I pat my ear and little dust I'm good now.
Some little weevil comes crawling out from underneath the dust.
Ew.
His name is George. He lives in the thermocoupler.
And besides, she probably wants to, if you're going to have your black market illicit Jedi materials on you, probably want to keep them well hidden. Something fancy. Yeah, something fancy might not look so might not pair well with lightsabers. So
Okay,
okay,
so not Uma and Alina are gonna go shopping. Is Janon gonna follow? You totally know you want to
we're
follow.
just gonna go see.
Yeah, I'll go with them.
I
So
mean,
I
if you
mean,
want technology, this is the planet to go to for
Yeah,
technology.
What are we in need of?
I am hesitant to even bring my lightsabers with me, considering the crackdown on Jedi on the planet.
Yeah.
I know how to use a blaster. I think I can leave the lightsabers behind.
Okay.
I will hide
So
them well on the ship.
And you did totally see on that list of 700 laws, blasters are allowed on the street.
good.
Private facilities may require you to check them, but blasters are street legal.
So I'm looking for something elegant yet functional that accentuates my blaster.
A blinged out holster.
Hey, I'm totally down. That's awesome.
A Gucci holster.
And
Or would that
while
be
we're
more
looking for
Prada?
her, maybe something like that for me that would match my dress, my Uber dress.
Okay, so you guys, you're heading out to the mall of the world. So
Yeah.
as you guys are heading out the entrance that you saw him come through, you see there's a bunch of automated, LED billboards doing little advertisements of like shows that are happening, water plays, little law notices of like, have you seen this gentleman wanted for smuggling? And as you go down the hallway, you realize there's a double door airlock kind of system. Obviously, your client had no problem zipping past that automatically, probably because he had a protocol droid take care of his heavy work. And you see that there's a government gunmetal gray droid. He's got the Republic emblems on him. Obviously, he looks official. And as he kind of like acknowledges you guys walking down the hallway towards him, he immediately lifts up his data pad and says, I'm here with customs. Do you have anything to declare? Your
I do declare
invoice
on my
says, and
way.
he basically starts reading off what was on your invoice already that you've turned in.
Okay. It's all documented, and the buyer will be picking it up a little later.
Excellent. Please state your name and purpose for leaving the warehouse. Basically, like stamping your passport.
Yeah. Natima, we have been invited to a gala evening tomorrow night and need to get something kind of pretty.
Excellent on getting something, and he repeats literally in your recorded voice, something pretty. And Alina, what identity do you give?
Um, am I required to give an identity?
You basically state your name.
Damn it. Captain, what's my name again?
I only know of your regular name. If you have a secondary one,
Followed by
Anila?
was that the name you
Nilla.
is that the name that's
Anila.
on your Jedi records, by the way?
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Is my name would probably be on the Jedi records. So
As Alina, but how about Anila?
Anilla.
Anilla. Okay, so you throw out a fictitious name. Since you're kind of doing this on the spot, and that totally sounds like an awesome moment for dice roll, go ahead and give me a deception check.
My deception sucks too. This isn't my gig.
Yeah, he's a customs droid. He's used to seeing through that type of shit.
You ready for me?
Yep. Are you ready?
No.
Bum bum bum. See you in jail, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've seen some shit out there. You've learned to lie. You got friends that are teaching you to lie, and you kind of like take a point of strain as you literally are doing just like you did, where you're like, my name is, what is my name? My name is Alina. You put a little emphasis to make it sound different. As he kind of like stares at you with the judgmental droid photoreceptors of judgment.
Anila, how? Come on, Anila.
And again, have fun, and it repeats the finding something pretty in your voice. It's kind of creepy. And kind of looks next at Janong to designate who he is.
Dude, I do lizard clicks and snaps and just like smile. Hey.
And he kind of like looks at you, and it almost sounds like he's trying to figure out what that name was, and he just says, "A pleasure to meet you." As he's trying to intimidate, and just plays a recording of the clicks and sounds you make, and types. You just hear him kind of under his breath say, "That does not register as any one of my 9,000 known languages."
And you're welcome.
As he goes up to the wall, and you can see he's literally just downloading what he got. And as soon as you guys leave, he basically asks there is another life form on your ship. Will that person be disembarking your ship?
Not at present.
Will he be disembarking in the next 12 hours?
Possibly.
Mm.
We can't speak.
I don't think in the next 12 hours, but he might be coming to the party tomorrow.
If you are unsure, I will stay here at my post then. If he is not disembarking, I will see to other guests on other floors.
Yeah, he's not disembarking. He's fine.
Excellent. Then I shall lock this door. The code is, and he kind of prints out a little code out of the door and hands it to you guys.
Okay.
Your wares will be protected while they are in this warehouse.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And he basically will follow you guys out to the lift, and he goes to the next floor down, basically.
So
And
before we go, can he like go ahead? Can I like secure that door better?
there is totally a you can put your own password in type of deal.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
309.
So if anyone's going to break in, they have to go against your computer skill, basically, instead of the 3 purple and a black.
Correct.
Because your
Correct.
computer skill is way better than 3 purple and a black. As you whip out a quantum, evolving password code that's like, something like Kelly's real world passwords, which are ridiculous.
Hey, my work requires minimum 16 characters with, the whole
Alphanumeric.
characters, alphanumeric, capitals, the whole kit and caboodle.
And this is why 4321 is far superior.
And it
Right.
changes regularly.
Yeah, and then so to add a little extra onto like the VA BS, you can't use anything that the VA deems close to your last 25 passwords.
Correct. Uh-huh.
You're just like, I can't even remember the last 2 ago, and you can remember 25 ago?
Yeah, rat bastards.
Because I write them down.
Ooh.
I'm at home. I have a locking filing cabinet.
Well, even then, it's like there's only so many keys. There's only so many
combinations you can come up with of something that you can remember 3 days from now.
So that's why you don't try to create unique passwords. What you do is you create an algorithm that you can apply to create a password for you. So all you have to do is remember the algorithm. So for instance,
just don't forget it within the last 25, because it's like, oh, you used that character that way the last time, or some stupid thing. You're like, I don't know any more buttons.
You just hit your keyboard 5 times and screenshot whatever came up.
Right.
Okay, so you guys are heading off to basically the mall of the world, Coruscant's nicest mall of everything.
Okay.
I mean, is there anywhere specific you want to go? I mean, the Mall of Corellia would probably, I mean, the Mall of Coruscant would probably be the best place to
The
find whatever.
logical choice, yes.
It's the
And
touristy, trappy mall.
We would well we
she
want something that is not only elegant and pretty, but functional and, for the modern female warrior.
And you can get
What
some
the
Jawa juice there.
yeah.
yeah, Java Juice is all the rage. Everybody's drinking it these days.
Is that a hair? I think so. Mine had some sand in it. Okay,
It's
so
fiber.
anything you guys are looking to buy can be found for regular price. If you're wanting something elegant, the price goes up. So is there anything in particular you guys are looking for spending some of that hard-earned cash that Uma's got in her pillowcase?
Well,
Just
basically just something nice, kind of nice and stuff for a party, Alina, what's your taste?
I grew up in the Jedi Temple. You tell me.
Okay, so let's see here. Nothing too flashy.
As long as you put a hole
Nothing,
in the flour sack, she's good with it.
yeah. So we'll go for something modest, full coverage, with layers, but out of a nice fabric. Any
Preferably
color preference?
something that's maneuverable.
Yeah.
Colors? Let's see. Grays, browns.
Okay, let's go more towards something in the, like, say, perhaps a darker blue, a periwinkle blue mixed with a navy.
Uma's making you put color on.
Exactly.
And I
You
am
don't want to be accused of looking like a Jedi in those colors. I'm just saying. I mean,
Hey,
we just, let's.
I've seen the Imperials. They wear gray too, you know.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying periwinkle, which is, a dusty powder blue, sort of with a hint of lavender undertones, with a navy, not a dark navy, just on a lighter, sort of a midnight blue. I think that would be very fetching,
Okay, so
and also scream less and not scream Jedi.
and something that's got enough cover that it can possibly hide a lightsaber.
Yeah, something that in layers,
I hid my lightsabers on the ship, remember?
Hmm.
But
Oh no,
but
but
just in case,
just in
I'm
case you're
talking for
wearing them.
tomorrow evening. This way you have a functional outfit for any occasion.
This pantsuit really brings out the color in my lightsaber.
I'm thinking sort of along a samurai pant, or maybe closer to a palazzo pant. Make it a tad more feminine. You know,
I hope
plenty of
someone listening
movement
to this
and
understands what you're saying because I don't. I don't know
uh,
about the guys.
it's very wide. It's a wide legged pant. Very full.
Okay, so you get a screaming deal for 500 credits.
So even though I don't like cats, this is kind of the look that Uma is getting from Alina right now.
Angry, sad, wet cat. I'm going to kill you when I get the chance.
But just, something tasteful,
It's
something with a modicum of color. We're not going crazy. I'm not like putting you in magenta or, puce or chartreuse, you know.
So
We're going,
you basically are you getting to dress her up, which is the most fun ever. It's the sister you've never had.
but,
Okay, anything special that Janong's going for?
I was going to say, assuming Janong is in the area anywhere, occasionally he's getting the silent lipped "Help me."
The worst part is he's the guy sitting in the waiting area holding the purses.
Right.
At least he's got the World Wide Web.
Yeah, so I'm thinking a midnight blue palazzo pants with a you know what? We could go with a sort of a like lighter navy undershirt tunic with a belt and then an overlay of the periwinkle blue.
I do like belts.
Exactly.
Okay, so you guys do the shopping montage bit, classic 80s shopping montage, hitting all the shops, including the poor drone shops for Janong. So if somebody wants to replace this drone with a new drone, it's the perfect place to do it. As there, you walk by radio drones, and there's all the drones hovering around waiting to be purchased like a pet store. Looks like we lost Janong. No, no, we didn't lose
Oh
Janong.
no, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was
Okay.
looking at something else.
I'm like, he was dead
Glitched out.
silent and not muted. I was worried.
All right, what am I doing? Sorry.
So, shopping montage, if there's anything you want to purchase, you can purchase it.
Oh,
You walked by
well,
Radio Drone, selling all the little drones.
I mean, a shield drone.
That's actually a good commodity. Those sell hot here. Going to the lower levels, take a shield with you that doesn't weigh your arm down.
Right. They're only like 1,100.
I mean, the fact that it can sacrifice its life to take a shot, cheap
Right.
at half the price.
I'll take two. I want two. I'm gonna have like a whole little bag of like floaty things in a minute.
For the party, they can just like reflect like little mirror balls. Have their own little lights, little light show.
Yeah.
It's the insta rave.
And boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
Okay, so you guys go out and do the shopping bit. What do you guys plan to do after?
Well, I suppose we could just hit up a cantina.
Now, by cantina, since you have so many different types and options, what type of cantina are you looking for? You looking like some, Wall Street type classy bar, or are we looking for something a little crazy like a rave? Or are you looking for just like a quiet cantina?
Yeah, more like a pilot bar. A people. The not necessarily a dive. But something more along the lines of bars where specifically where travelers hang out.
Okay. So, well, are you looking for pilot bar or bar where that would be touristy?
Uh, pilot bar.
Okay, so there's lots of like nice professional piloting bars because there's lots of piloting services going on. So there's a nice, air pilots airport bar basically where you guys can go and hang out, and pretty much everybody gives everybody privacy.
Okay.
You guys just go in there for a few drinks, or what is the plan? And there is, by the way, in the coat check area where you would check any weapons because they don't want people with weapons and booze. Go figure. The little list of like jobs, completely legal above board jobs, really, really boring looking trucker jobs.
Hmm. I was hoping for something a little more interesting, but yeah, we'll peruse those.
Is there anything particular you're looking for? And like I said, they are
Something.
all boring. It's like here to
Any
the
of
S into
them going to
space.
some of the fringe worlds, or less core?
There's quite a few that are just basically really poor paying, but really long, boring jump that takes you to the outer rim. It's one of
Yeah,
those
no.
that pays you just a couple hundred credits above gas.
Yeah,
Completely boring, but far, far away.
yeah, no. I'll pass on those.
I mean, think about it. You're in a commercial pilot's place like from Wings.
Yeah.
It's an airport bar next to Wings.
Okay. So, yeah, no, maybe we should look for something a little more, I don't know, smugglery.
Okay, so what you buy? You buy a few drinks and then you leave, or what do you do?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll buy a few drinks and then leave.
Okay, so you're looking for something a little more smugglery, huh?
Yeah, a bar that maybe has a bit more, going on than,
Okay, go ahead and give me a Streetwise or Underworld, one or the other.
let's see.
As all of a sudden Uma's like, I need something with a little more scum on it.
Yeah, this is getting a little too.
You guys are walking around with your Gucci bags.
Okay, let's see here. Streetwise.
That and Janong has his build a drone bag.
Fuck.
Ouch.
Okay. So you're like, hey guys, let's go down about 120 levels. Something a little scummier, below the water deck, so to speak. As Uma's like, I remember I heard about
I
a
just bought
place.
my shields.
I totally remember a place. And you basically, you've been feeling all prim and proper and clean, and you need to get your bad girlness out. So of course, you're just like, hey, let's go to this one place. Yeah, this scummy cantina that's smugglery. Have you been to this place before, or is this a place you just heard about?
With that despair, I'd say I just heard about it.
No, the despair has nothing to do with it. The despair's just going to
Okay.
happen anyway.
Yeah, it's a. You know what? Yeah, I've been here before.
Okay, maybe that's the problem, is you've been there before.
Yeah, but it was 10 years ago, and the place has really gone downhill since then.
It was a long time ago.
Okay, so you guys go into this bar, and it's pretty it's pretty ruckusy. I mean, as you guys are walking up, somebody gets beat and thrown out the door by this albino Wookiee.
Albino Wookiee, cool.
He's not even the bouncer.
And you guys come on in, and there's loud, angry techno music playing. There's a bunch of dancers dancing up on the stage. It's
Behind
got
the
a
table.
nice vibe going. There's like balcony seats if you want to sit on the second floor, so that way you're the one throwing shit on the people down below instead of having shit thrown on you. You're
Yeah,
getting this
that's good.
total moshy vibe with leather and chains and spikes off this place.
I don't remember it quite being like this.
And kind of, in fact, you don't remember being at this rowdy. It was a lot more chill when you were here before. So, are you looking to go sit at the bar or get a booth, or what kind of seating
Let's get
arrangement are
a
you looking
table.
for?
Yeah, if there's a table free.
As all of a sudden, two people like just start fighting and rolling on the ground, and waitress kind of walks up. This kind of gothicy, human. She kind of like just tips the table so all the drinks and the crap fall on the floor, and she's just like, table free.
Okay. Take a seat.
The rest of you guys join her
Yep.
as
Run
you're
the
all looking
wheel.
at her like, what are you getting us into? So pretty
I
much,
lean close to Janong and whisper to him, and you didn't want to go to the Jedi Temple?
You're right.
yes, I'm totally stealing a fantasy map for our sci-fi bar. So there's of course, a second level of balcony seats that kind of overlook the walls here. And you can see the occasional jerk throw shit down. So you guys, you get your seat and the waitress kind of asks what you guys want.
An umbrella.
And as soon as she says that, she smiles at Alina and then looks up and yells at some guy and says, "Stop throwing shit down here. If you throw one more thing, I'm going up there and I am throwing one thing off of that balcony."
I like her.
As you guys are kind of getting the idea that she's used to taking care of herself and any of the new folks that are here, and she gives you the look of like, okay, so is this your first time here at the Rocket's Red Glare?
I'm gonna say yeah, cause this place is kind of new to me. I'm not saying that I haven't been here before. I'm just saying, that was a vague response.
Okay, and she's like, well, don't drink the water. I mean, you can have water, but I wouldn't drink it. It's got enough, chemical waste in it that'll probably make you glow in the dark. Um, don't drink the hot bantha. She points over at the bar, and there's this giant glass receptacle that's like bubbling, and it's labeled hot bantha, 2 credits a drink. She's like, don't drink that. It's great for polishing your droids.
Oh, what do you recommend?
I recommend anything that comes in a sealed bottle. And she kind of points to the bar, and you see a bunch of random bottles of different boozes. And the food that gets delivered by the delivery droids is from offsite, so that's safe to eat.
I'll point at one of the closed receptacles and ask for one of those.
Okay, and she basically, she types in her data pad, and she kind of whistles high pitch, and this little tiny probe-like droid that's got some like worker arms starts making the drinks behind the bar, as she typed it in on her data pad and sent the order into the droid to build. And then she's like, if you need anything, let me know.
Thanks.
And don't mess. And she kind of looks at the 2 ladies at the table with those guys over here, and she kind of points over here, and you see some obviously they're like some kind of splatterpunk kind of gang group because they got matching colors and that kind of deal.
Okay. All right. I kind of wish my gank was here. But okay. So I'm just gonna enjoy a drink and just kind of try and pick up on if there's any. Is there a job board?
There is definitely a job board over here. There's a little. It looks almost like an ATM kiosk that you would go up and you just get your face scanned. So you got to take your helmet off, and you can look for work on it.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look at some of the jobs.
Okay, so you're heading off over to the kiosk, leaving your friends alone.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, so pretty much as soon as Uma walks away, a really, really skinny Rhodian kind of comes down and takes the chair she was sitting in, turns it around, and he kind of sits down at the chair and he just kind of smiles at Alina in that kind of skeezy barfly kind of way.
I'm gonna
Somebody's going home tonight.
with my hand on the blaster under the table. That seat's taken.
I see your friend is going to go look for work, so I sit here while we wait. You're a pretty one.
What is he waiting for?
And he's just smiling at Alina, waiting for her to fill in the silence.
And I'm just staring at him with a motionless look on my face.
Ooh, you're giving him resting bitch face.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And he kind of looks at you, and you're just giving him nothing. And he immediately looks over at Janong and says, "My name is Gorsa." And he kind of offers his sucker-fingered hand to you, Janong, in a handshake gesture, waiting for the polite name response.
Sure, and I give him the whistles and clicks.
And he kind of like, you see his lips, he kind of plays his lips for a second, like there's no way I could even try. It's good to meet you, gentle beings. So, is this your first time here? I noticed you looking around, enjoying the ambiance.
Uh, yes. First
Mm,
time on Coruscant.
Okay, so while you guys are sitting there, go ahead and give me a combined perception check. Since it totally
All of
sounds
them?
like you're being. No, no, just these two.
Oh.
You're busy flipping buttons and looking on the board.
So
You're
I've
like,
got -1 black, if that's going to matter.
you've got a what?
A -1 black perception, if that is it.
Okay.
And say when.
Okay, is Janong going to give you a blue? Or is Janong just going to hit that button?
He's just gonna roll.
Okay.
He's like, I'm going to roll before he can flip a dark side. Okay, so you both give him kind of the up and down look. And what is Janong going to use that advantage for?
Um, I'm gonna take back my strain.
Okay, because you're just sitting there chilling, trying to be all.
Right. Snaps and clicks, bro. Snaps and clicks.
At one point, it's really just you clearing your sinuses, but hey, it works. That's my middle name. So he kind of like, he starts to do some small talk while Naruma is over there on the machine that she popped in looking for her any kind of jobs. And you guys both get the idea that when you look at him, his clothes look like they're more armored than not. It's not like armor he's wearing, but his padded clothes seem to be reinforced in all the smart places. You see he's got some kind of patch that you don't quite recognize, but there's like some kind of, uniform to the patchness that you're getting.
Uh-huh.
It's not Dark Sun. It's not
It
Hut.
doesn't look gang affiliation.
Oh, okay.
It could almost be like government or military affiliation. But
Huh.
it's nothing you guys recognize as like local. It may be like back home he served in a unit and he still wears his old patch.
Gotcha.
Or maybe it's a bounty hunter house and they have an actual formal patch they wear.
Well,
And
But either
Scanlan,
way, it screams like
right?
official.
Is there
it,
anybody else wearing that patch?
God bless you.
Pleasure.
So, since you did both succeed and you guys look around, you do notice that conveniently by the door here, there seems to be a group at this table that 3 of the 4 at the table have that same patch on. And they're all different races. They seem to be wearing the same kind of clothing, that it's armored but not made to look armored.
Is
And
that
go
come
ahead.
from? One and two. Does the fourth guy look uncomfortable?
The 4th guy does look uncomfortable.
Great. And that's the table that our friend came from.
What's that?
That's the table that our friend came from.
Yeah, over here.
All right.
And he just kind of casually throws it out there, saying, "So where are you guys from?"
Off planet.
Off planet. So have so you guys haven't been here long?
No.
Long enough.
We
And
just got here.
he's just giving you the charming, "Hey, let's chit chat." And little server droid comes by with your drinks and starts putting them down around the table. And this guy nicely looks up there and tosses a couple credits on the server droid's little tray because it's this
Ooh.
cute little floating probe.
Hmm.
And he kind of like looks at you guys and he's just like, "So, yeah, how long you guys gonna be on planet?"
Less than an hour.
Well, then I'm
Not
glad I had this chance to buy you two a drink. And he kind of picks up Uma's drink and starts sipping on it slowly.
Hey,
that's that's
do
probably
I
great.
notice this?
That's my pilot's drink.
Well, I did pay
Please not
for
do
it,
that.
so we can always order her the next round.
As long as you pay for the next round.
And he kind of gestures to the droid, as it's turning away. He's like, "Psst, one more round." He gives that one more round on me hand sign. And the droid goes back to the bar to go mix up some more drinks.
Okay. We're getting drunk tonight.
And basically, he sits there and tries to small talk you guys until Uma comes back. And
Yeah,
Uma,
we give him
Please
very
hurry,
vague
Uma.
answers like that to every one of his questions.
okay, so do me a favor, as
Here,
he's asking lots of proby questions. I mean,
Yeah.
he's definitely giving you the talk of, hey, this sounds totally legit. Go ahead and give me your deception check or I'll take charm if you want to use charm to decoy your way out of this.
Me or them?
Them.
Janong, how are you on either of those?
2 green.
Great. How about you give me a blue?
Okay.
Okay, I've got a blue in there for you.
Oh, thank you, Janong. I was just about to
And an
do that.
upgrade since Alina wasn't brave enough to hit the button for you.
I was actually just about to hit the button. I had to scroll up to get to it. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Oh, Nike.
Jesus.
Okay, so as you guys are talking and he's just throwing random chit chat out about, oh, I've this and I've that, and all of a sudden you guys kind of realize that did I say, oh shit, something slipped. I said something. So just in the chit chat that's happening, you guys kind of threw a little too much information out when you're trying to be short and snarky with him. You actually said the wrong thing, because you actually said something, honest and open. What did you tell him? Was it like the ship's name? Was it a planet you've been on recently?
We'll go with a planet.
Was
Yeah.
it Alina's
Naboo?
been here before?
No. No, that one at least I keep very guarded. That's not something I let slip.
It's not like you rolled another despair,
I don't think Janong rightly knows that. I mean, he should be able to put two and two together, but
So what is it you do slip?
that we just finished a smuggling job on
Naboo.
Naboo.
Okay, and he's just like,
That was technically the last one.
the last, illegit job.
Yeah.
And
Hey, we probably wouldn't have been stupid enough to say we did a smuggling job. So how about the actual last job we did before the fruits that we transported a family from blah 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 from Naboo
to Coruscant.
Yeah.
Okay. And as soon as he sees
it was Corellia, and then we came from Corellia to here.
to Coruscant, he kind of gives you this weird phrase gesture as he points at Uma as she looks like she's wrapping up on her datapad there. It's like, so how long you been friends with her over there?
Been a few months for me.
Yeah, about a few months.
And he just gives you this look like now that you're old friends and the server droid's coming back dropping off more rounds of drinks and you throw some chips up there. He's like, just some friendly advice as he comes over and didn't finish Uma's first drink, but then he takes a half sip out of the second drink and puts it down.
I love it. Love it.
Be careful hanging out with that one because she's known for smuggling.
No way.
And he
Really?
he just kind of gets up from his chair all cash like, and thanks you guys for the time, and comes back over to sit with his buddies over here. And as you've been talking to him behind you guys off camera, basically the fourth guy kind of like drinks and passes out, and they kind of like throw him to the ground. Just as his buddy comes walking back up, and he sits down, and you guys kind of look and notice that the guy's feet have binders on them.
The one that passed out?
The one that passed out, yeah.
Oh, great. So these
And
guys are obviously some type of bounty hunters.
And one of the guys kind of gets up and kind of walks outside after the roadie and walks up and just gives him like this vague hand gesture. We can't really see what it is. But the youngest kid of the group gets up and kind of walks out the door all cash like he's heading off to work. And Uma walks away from the terminal at that point. What type of jobs were you looking for?
Uh, okay. Just something that caught my eye. Something interesting.
Something interesting. Do me a favor. Go ahead and give me a streetwise or something dirty that way.
Skullduggery.
No, that's more pick a pocket type of thing.
Okay. Well, I will have to go with streetwise then. And again, I apparently don't find anything.
No, you do find a job. So, what kind of interesting are you looking for? You tell me basically what the job is you're looking for.
Not a core planet. Not hut space. I mean, I don't necessarily want to take a Black Sun one unless I get it through Chaden. Because at least I know he's reliable.
Okay.
So some type of independent thing.
Okay, and is it supplies, drugs, living cargo?
I don't like doing coming from Ryloth and, I'm not fond. Preferably not drug smuggling.
Okay, so what I'm hearing
mean,
you
I'll do
say
it,
is
but
not drugs, but totally drugs.
yeah.
Okay, so you find this smuggling one where they're basically wanting to smuggle munitions parts. Not weapons per se, but weapons parts. And you're not. It's not going to hut space. It's not organized. It's probably some independent weapons merchants. Totally not
Okay,
the Star Wars
delivering
Merchant of
to
Death. And you want it to be in mid rim or outer rim?
either one. Mid is fine.
Okay, so you're doing the whole. I want something that's not in the core worlds, but I want something that's not out in the ass end of space.
Correct.
Okay, so you do the whole da da da. What's in the mid rim that I want? And it looks like this one kind of makes you giggle because you're thinking it'll be totally fun. The planet Aline, because you, your Jedi friend's name Alina.
Okay,
It's a
so
rocky planet within the Bright Jewel sector. Um Basically, there's lots of earthquakes, so they're constantly getting supplies for equipment and stuff. It's a
okay.
nice rocky planet. It's got a lot of underworld connections, so that's a good thing. And believe it or not, the contract is to help bring weapons to a Jedi chapter house that's there.
Okay.
Maybe
Do
that's
it.
why it's an independent weapons
Much.
dealer. And price-wise, it's I will definitely give you with those two advantage. It's going to be about 10% above what it normally should be for that trip. I'll have to figure out the cargo to give you the price.
Okay. All
But
right.
basically, you're getting 10% more, and it's not like it's got a hypercritical timetable. So basically, you could take the job and pick up the supplies and head out before the end of the week.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll take the contact information. I basically would have applied for that one then.
Okay, and you basically took the marker for it. Planet
Yeah.
Lean. There you go. Shared the Wikipedia page because it's May the 4th. Got to go to the Wikipedia page at least once. Okay, so you have a job for the independent run, taking some weapons parts, not actual weapons. I mean, for all you know, that means Jedi are building lightsabers. It could be.
Could be.
Okay, you head back to the
I'm sure
table.
Alina would like this job.
You notice
Right.
that there's two drinks for you, one that's half drink and one that seems like it's only three-quarters full.
Like, okay, guys.
We had a visitor while you were gone. Seems to be a bounty hunter. Seems to be aware of your exploits.
And by
uh,
the way, if you look over here, he's leaning back in his chair looking right at your guys' table.
okay.
I think we need to leave.
Yeah, I'm not drinking the
Like
drink.
Didi Mao.
Is there a back door we can go out? Because we watched two of his friends walk out the front door.
There's totally a back door.
Okay.
I think we just walk out the front, just nonchalant, because I don't think they're gonna attack us per se. I think we just meander out the front.
Yeah, let's. I want to give the impression of that. Hey, no, I'm totally above board. Nothing shady here.
So
But
while
I
we're
did mark the the uniform ish. You know, just to see if we see these guys again.
so can Janong check to see if there is a bounty out for her?
Sure. I mean, does Janong want to do that?
Right now, or can we do it like later?
We can do it later.
'Cause I don't want to
Let's
like.
get back to the ship. Plus, it's after 9, so.
I mean, you can totally do it now on your data pad real quick.
Okay, I'll do it right now. Datapad.
Okay, so I got your black dice removed. If you want to go ahead and make your computers roll. So for the additional advantages, what would you like?
Tasty tidbits.
Ooh. So it only takes a few quick keystrokes for Uma's criminal record to basically come up. So, my dear, since you don't have any details listed on your obligation for criminal, well, what are you a criminal for?
Smuggling.
Just smuggling?
Yes.
Okay, so basically multiple counts of smuggling, working with a known associate, and of course, basically her old employer that you know all about. You know, who she's also wanted in question for smuggling cartel rings related to his ass, because she's known to be a person of importance to his organization.
Wanted for questioning in the murder of.
No,
Hey, I
no.
didn't murder
There, there's
anybody.
there's there's nothing about any murder, just multiple counts of smuggling and possible organized crime.
Great, they're going to get me on the RICO Act.
I mean, totally. Turn him over to us, and we'll cut you loose.
Now the question is there a bounty on me or is it just my criminal record?
There is a bounty on you as a known smuggler.
And how much?
It's only like 2,000 credits. Unless you totally want to look at them and say, "Come back next week. I'll make sure it's 10,000."
I was gonna
No.
say, do you want me to adjust it so it's worth more?
No,
And
adjusted so it's worth a lot less.
for 3 advantage, you basically know that there's a lot of places where she's done smuggling that you now know about. And any of the AKAs that are publicly known, which I'm assuming not Uma is not one of them.
Because see, if you make it like just like piddling, then not necessarily gonna,
Well,
And,
so
wanna
the
go
only
after
downside about
spirits.
that would be is I'm gonna then start going against like bounty hunter guilds, and
So
those
is it
guys
possible
take
to
tampering
expunge
very
it?
seriously.
that and
And
you're
so
going to be trying to
they
alter records that are government records as well as bounty hunter guild records. And do you want to get caught hacking in their system?
No.
not those guys. Like I'll take on the Empire before I take on the bounty hunter guild.
Gotcha.
I read that
Okay.
book.
Okay.
I read the book.
So yeah, it's pretty quick and easy for you to pull up Uma's wanted list. I mean, believe it or not, her boss was also involved in blockade running on this planet because that was one of the most profitable places to do it, which is probably why her despair came up because she was recognizable on this planet.
Great.
Is he listed as dead or not?
He is not listed as dead.
He's listed as location unknown.
Yep, he's possibly in the Outer Rim, which is normally his territory ever since the ceasefire. And so you guys are getting you're heading out.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we're gonna head back to the.
Okay, so as soon as you guys get to about right here, by the way, there's this very uncomfortable sound that is the sound of 3 chairs pulling back in unison.
Shit.
As Uma kind of looks over and sees all 3 of them stand up at the exact same time.
Yeah, but they're military, so that's kind of normal. Eh, must walk faster.
Okay, and you guys start heading out?
Yeah.
Okay, now are you running or are you just heading out casual?
Just
We're
heading
gonna-
out casual.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this like the down low, and then
Okay. So it's going to be a good place to wrap it up as you guys are walking and you clearly hear their steps following you about 10 feet behind. They're
Okay.
not making any aggressive move, they're just following you. As you guys have that hair on the back of your neck that you know you're being followed. Okay.
We divide and conquer. Like, do we
No,
split up
we
and
just-
run back to our places?
No,
there's
we just go
5 of
straight
them.
back to the hangar. Just
All right.
normal like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ed
Okay.
209's there. He'll fucking rock their worlds.
But Zarek is there. We can radio ahead to him and let him know. By the way, we're coming in hot.
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you guys say to Zerk? Are you getting on your comms?
Yes.
And are you trying to do
Basically,
it covertly?
Yeah. Basically, we would have a code. I mean, we would have worked out. It's like a code that basically says, "Hey, being followed. Expect trouble," kind of thing.
Okay, are you
like,
trying to be
do you want-
sneaky about getting on your comm?
No, it's basically, "Hey Z, they didn't have the beer you wanted, but perhaps we can pick up something else." But it's like
4 bottles of your second favorite, blah blah blah.
but it's like
steaming Bantafado.
So we'll have to, we'll be incoming with 3 bottles of your second choice. if I can
Okay.
find it.
So you have a sneaking suspicion you're not going to get all the way back to your hangar because there's lots of
Yeah, I
dangerous
know.
spots. Do you want to tell him to come to meet you guys somewhere?
It's like,
Well, tell
yeah,
him where we were at and what route we're taking back to the ship so that he can just start
exactly.
walking toward
Okay.
us.
Because basically, when we start next time, it's going to be in the middle of a fight in a street. So
Or basically say, or we can meet up here for food.
you're
Don't
like,
like the look of this place.
meet us on level 1275, and you look up and you realize
Yeah.
that that's like 2 levels above you guys. So you can just take the lift up to that level. Get on the escalator, all casual, like before shit happens, hopefully. Okay, so that's going to be a good place to wrap it up as you guys got spotted by bounty hunters. Thank you, Despair.
Fucking hell. All right.
That was
All right.
What XP?
It's going to be 10 XP because you took the bait that your employer gave you of wanting to go to his party because I want you at a party.
We're gonna look friggin' fabulous. How often? I want to wear my dress.
And more importantly, you can bring a gank to a party.
Exactly.
and more
All
importantly,
right. I
convince
have got to log, guys. So good
All right, good
night,
night.
and may the
have
fourth be with you.
fourth be with you.
And don't forget the revenge of the 5th and 6th.
All
All right.
right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
All right, good night.
15 points on uncanny reactions.
That's a good option to go for.
It may come in handy come next week.
I think it will.
I
All
mean,
right,
it
let it.
happened to be on progression regardless, but it's just convenient that I could afford it now. So,
And it's a good thing to keep you alive when you need it to.
yep.
All right, have a good night.
You too, Jim. Catch you later.